cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
CBS News Time 11:38. Traffic and weather together. Victor's in your local Honda dealer's traffic center. Let's go to Milpitas.
Yeah, this will actually be on city streets, and I want to thank Alonzo for calling the KCBS phone for us. Right at Highway 237, also known as Calaveras Boulevard, at the intersection of Sarah Way. The lights. PG&E is working on the lights, so we get the traffic lights working once again. Now, there is stop signs that are put at the intersection, but also remember, it has to be treated like a four-way stop. And I know I travel through there quite often, so I know one side is at a shopping center, so a lot of people don't look at that as a four-way stop. But yes, you still have to treat it like a four-way stop, and that's the reason why you're backed up in the westbound direction beyond Able Street onto the bridge. So expect delays through there. We'll keep you up to date when lights get back on in that area on our Twitter at KCBS AM/FM Traffic. Now, once you actually continue in the westbound direction, 237, that's actually a very smooth ride all the way to Highway 85 in the Mountain View area. Still looking at slow traffic in both directions at Highway 84 right at Palomar Road. There is one-way traffic control. There is road work going on there to at least 2 o'clock, so expect delays through there. You may want to consider taking 680 to Mission Boulevard North as an alternate route. Next traffic update, 11:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Lingering clouds along the coast, keeping things cool there, mostly in the 60s, 70s around the bay, 80s inland, and we are warming up right now. It is 78 degrees right now in San Rafael, expecting a high today of 84. San Jose is 73 degrees. It'll get up to about 81 right now in San Francisco at 67 degrees, expect a high of 71. Oakland will get up to 75 today, 77 expected for Fremont at 80, and Morgan Hill 87. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS, sponsored by Chilton Auto Body.
Have you been in a car accident? Chilton Auto Body has 15 convenient Bay Area locations to help restore your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Chilton Auto Body is also actively hiring for all positions. For more details, head to ChiltonAutoBody.com. The Bay Area's leader in collision repair.
Hey Ace fans, we've got a great deal for you. Get 4 tickets and parking for all Friday night games starting at just $39. Pick from great matchups, post-game fireworks and drone shows, giveaways, and more. Grab the crew and head to the Coliseum with friends and family any Friday night this season. 4 tickets and parking starting at just $39 for the
Things that make us uncomfortable, like a seat on an airplane, or asking your boss for a raise, or having a real conversation about EV impotence or low testosterone. You don't have to be embarrassed. At Prime Male Medical, they've helped thousands of men in the Bay Area, and they can help you too. But don't take for it. Here's Dr. Robert Rowell from Prime Male Medical.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T, and we have a 99% success rate. We offer a variety of treatments, including high-dose sublingual lozenges, ultrasound-based shockwave therapy, and injectable therapies. Most impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
Get your first visit, PSA and testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, full year follow-up visits for just $99. Learn more at PrimeMaleMedical.com or call 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037.
KCBS News Time 11:41. Libraries are putting out a distress call because they are severely short-staffed. KCBS's David Welch explains.
County officials were forced to close the Walnut Creek branch last week. That's because they lacked the staff to keep the library open. By law, Contra Costa requires libraries to maintain certain staffing levels so they can operate. Creek branch, numbers fell below that threshold.
Like many industries and companies around the world, we're struggling to fill vacancies right now.
That's Brooke Converse with Contra Costa County Libraries. She says they're doing their best to avoid another round of closures.
We're hiring like crazy, and there's constantly positions open at our different branches, and we just hope that more people take advantage of it.
Contra Costa's library staff is down 20%, and they're not alone. Libraries across the Bay Area are competing with each other for qualified workers. That, coupled with the fact that many working in libraries switched careers during the pandemic, has most running with a skeleton staff. Contra Costa Libraries aren't anticipating any further closures. However, Converse says a lot depends on how hiring goes. In Contra Costa County, David Welch, KCBS.
Placer County Sheriff's officials have released a new surveillance photo of a missing teen. It was snapped last Friday evening at a Truckee area business just hours before Kylie Rodney disappeared from a party at the Lake Tahoe area campground. It shows her wearing a black spaghetti strap bodysuit with green pants and black Van sneakers. Local law enforcement agencies and the FBI are keeping up the search for any sign of Rodney and her silver Honda CR-V. The last time her phone pinged was 33 minutes after midnight on August 6th. Teenagers from Nevada to the Bay Area were at the party, and police have gotten about 100 tips, but so far, none have panned out. Officials are asking anyone with information about the case to get in touch, stressing that they're not looking to get anyone who may have taken part in underage drinking or drug consumption. They're just interested in getting Rodney back safely to her family. KCBS News Time 11:24 Sports in a minute.
Now it's time for the Closer of the Week. Presented by LiftMaster and R&S Doors. Turn your garage into the envy of the neighborhood. Visit rsdoors.com.
The Closer of the Week is Mike Yastrzemski, who homered not once but twice in a win over the Bay Rivals. Recently, my garage door opener was not working. I was in need of a closer. I was put in touch with R&S Doors, and they hooked me up with a brand new garage door opener from LiftMaster. With LiftMaster's MyQ connectivity, my garage door opener left open and can close it with a tap, no matter where I am. Be one of the first 10 callers and receive 20% off a LiftMaster garage door opener when you purchase a premium garage door.
Call 1-800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. Look for the red truck.
Coming up on KCBS, a new incarnation for Sebastopol's beloved People's Music Store. KCBS News Time 11:45. Joe Hughes has sports.
The Oakland A's hoping to avoid getting swept by the Angels this afternoon, but ahead of today's game, the A's making a series of roster moves, all eyed towards the future. That includes veteran infielder Jed Lowry being designated for assignment. The 37-year-old was in his third stint with the team, played parts of 7 years for the A's. Lowry, who battled injuries for the majority of his 14-year MLB career, but not with Oakland. The only times he was healthy enough to play over 100 or more games in a season, as well as a member of the Oakland A's. For the reason the team is moving on and trying to put a focus on some of the younger players, as they've recalled Cal Stevenson and J.P. Sears from AAA Las Vegas. The A's also placing today's scheduled starter Paul Blackburn on the injured list. Stevenson will make his big league debut, and Sears will start today. He's one of the players the A's brought back in the Frankie Montas trade with the Yankees. And NFL news, former 49ers running back Frank Gore charged with simple assault in Atlantic City. All of this stemming from an incident at the end of July. Police responded to the Tropicana. No complaint was filed at the time, but police did open an investigation. And TMZ Sports reporting that a summons has now been issued for the 39-year-old to report to a court date in mid-October. Gore spent the majority of his career with the 49ers, but hasn't played in the NFL since 2020. From the sports desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
There's something about that power screen stretching across the 8-hole that whispers, just tell them you're at lunch. Because it's not a hobby, it's a... Pro painters bring the same tones and peace of mind to your home. Our experienced painters are here to make your next painting project as carefree as a day on the green. To get your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com. Natural disasters happen every year. Fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. And with that, your most important moments recorded on VHS, camcorder tapes, and 8mm gone in an instant. Cherished moments like your wedding, baby's first steps, family trips to your lost. Enter Legacy Box. Digitizing your old media with Legacy Box protects your irreplaceable memories from the threat of natural disaster by digitally preserving them onto thumb drive, DVD, or the cloud, so they're safe forever. Legacy Box is the safest and easiest way to preserve your past, which is why it's been trusted by over 1 million families. Send Legacy Box your home movies. Their team of trained professionals will do the rest right here in the U.S. For a limited time, Legacy Box is offering a radio-exclusive offer on digitizing all your media. Visit legacybox.com/value for an unbelievable deal on protecting your memories. That's legacybox.com/value.
Buy your brand new car completely online at dgdg.com.
KCBS News Time 11:48. We will get to just the 6-day forecast right after we check in with Victor Saragossa. It's a Hayward crash.
Yeah, at least the Waste Force is the one that's reporting that they're looking at a crash in a northbound direction of 880 just road. Before you get to Tennyson Road, right in the very middle, it's really causing quite a bit of a backup. You're backed up into Fremont beyond Alvarado Boulevard, so expect delays through there. Unknown exactly what lane may be blocked. So if you see anything, feel free to reach out on the KCBS phone force. Also, Highway 92 in the eastbound direction, approaching Hesperia Boulevard to 880. You are off and on the brakes there. Then you have pockets of slow to heavy traffic all the way to 66th Avenue. And also, if you are getting on the Richmond-San mid-span, it looks like being reports of a car that stalled out, and then it was slow rolling, and it stalled out again. So it's off and on. Hopefully they'll try to roll it all the way to the San Quentin side, so expect delays through there. It is blocked in the right lane, by the way. Your next traffic update, 11:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Hey, good morning. Meteorologist Jessica Birch here. Daytime highs today are still remaining a little bit above average in San Francisco. We're flirting with those upper 60s, lower 70s this afternoon in the Peninsula. We're also expecting low 70s in Oakland, low 80s in San Jose. Morning and then into the afternoon, but we are going to start drying up and warming up as high pressure pushes its way in from the desert for the next couple days and even into the weekend. For example, our inland areas are dealing with 80s for now, but just by next Tuesday we're expecting upper 90s in the forecast off in the East Inland Hills. So long story short, we are warming up, but still go out there and take advantage of this beautiful weather. It's a stunning day for us here in the Bay. I'm meteorologist Jessica Birch with your KCBS KPIX5 First Alert Forecast.
Thank you, Jessica. We have Katie O'Donnell and Kathy Whitman at the editor's desk. Musical Instrument Sales and Repair Shop, which also serves as an all-round community gathering spot, is headed out to pasture. It's another case of an iconic Bay Area business losing to its online competition. But as KCBS's Jeffrey Schaut reports, people's music isn't going away altogether.
Music, you'll hear all kinds of sounds.
This is an Fender.
Alex Bryant owns the music store, and his cosmic musical employees run the funky, otherworldly place.
We have a lot of sort of vintage and used and pre-loved instruments.
Generations have bought and learned how to play instruments here, including famous artists.
Tom Waits, comes in.
But rising costs and the internet will soon silence this place.
People are doing a lot more shopping online.
Yet it's not entirely over. Bryant plans to build a replica store in a barn he's constructing and subscribes to the old adage, if you can't beat them, join them. Peoples will go online.
We need a shop. We need to be able to, repair things, and we're going to still sell stuff.
Just not on Main Street anymore.
That's a drone note. You can hear that. A drone note on a harmonium. There you have it.
In Sebastopol, Jeffrey Schaut, KCBS.
Samtrans offering free rides for the next 10 days. KCBS's Morgie Schaefer reports from Burlingame. She says is comfortable with major changes to its schedule.
Fare-free rides on Samtrans are for a limited time, only through August 20th, following a rollout of Reimagine Samtrans.
Since this is a fairly major rollout, we figured that having free fares for the beginning would help people transition in. Not to mention, we got a lot of people coming back to school right now, so anything to make that process easier, get people on track, we figure is a good investment on our end.
That's Dan Lieberman with Samtrans. Reimagine Samtrans has 3 years of outreach to improve the system, improving efficiency, equity, and connectivity. Ridership is still below pre-pandemic levels. Samtrans is looking for drivers and will train those who do not yet have a bus license.
There's a bus coming.
And it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, thank you so much.
In Burlingame, Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
Well, a new study adds weight to previous work suggesting that switching to salt substitutes can save lives. CBS's Vicki Barker has that from
crunched the numbers from 21 previous clinical trials involving nearly 32,000 participants. They found salt substitutes reduced blood pressure in all the participants, regardless of their age, sex, weight, and blood pressure. They saw no effects from the additive, which replaces some of the fluoride, though people with kidney disease are warned to limit their potassium intake. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Well, fast food pizza chain Domino's out of Italy. CBS's Sabina Castelfranco has more from Rome.
The world's largest pizza chain, Domino's Pizzas, has filed for bankruptcy in Italy and closed down its stores. The company has struggled to win over customers since its launch in 2015. The COVID-19 pandemic and prolonged restrictions were a further cause of its failure to take off in the birthplace of pizza. News of the fast food giant's exit from Italy was celebrated by some social media users. Sabina Castelfranco, CBS News, Rome.
And we're on to the Money Watch with Joan Doniger.
Liz, inflation hit the brakes by more than expected in July. Gas prices, the consumer price index, did rise 8.5% from July of 2021. But that's a slowdown of more than 0.5% from June's figures. There was cooling, too, in the price of used cars. That might offer the Federal Reserve a little breathing room in terms of how much to raise interest rates to get a hold on inflation. Wall Street's offering 3 cheers at the news. The Dow is up 438 points. The Nasdaq 321, the S&P 75. The wait may be over. Folks have been waiting for months for furniture that they have ordered to arrive from overseas, but now the Commerce Department says wholesale inventories of furniture are piling up. Sales dropped for a second month. Stockpiles are up about 2.5%. Consumer spending on things like furniture has shifted to demand is deflating as we spend less time at home. And YouTube is top among teens. The Pew Research Center finds 95% of teenagers it asked said they use the site or its mobile app. TikTok now used by about 67% of those between 13 and 17. Dow Jones says the study finds nearly half of American teens say they're online